The Predator, directed by Shane Black and co-written by Shane Black and Fred Decker, is a movie that overall disappointed the hell out of me. I have now seen this movie twice, and my opinions and thoughts on it still stand. It has elements that I like and elements that I don't like. Things that I do like, with the exception of Olivia Munn, which I'll illustrate in my negatives, I do like the cast. Everyone does the best they can do with the very mediocre material that they're given. The direction and cinematography is okay, it's standard. Shane Black and Larry Farm don't break new ground by giving this with any visuals at all, but at least you can see what's happening with the action. Speaking of the action for the most part is okay. Nothing dynamic, nothing original, nothing fresh, but it's enjoyable. It's an action movie first, and at least you're gonna get something out of it. The dialogue. Some of the dialogue in this movie can be really, really funny, and sometimes it can be really, really cringe. And that's all I'm gonna say on that when it comes to the positives for the dialogue. Okay, let's go to the negatives. The negatives. Olivia Munn as the character Casey Brackett. She is god-awful. She is terrible. She is useless. Olivia Munn, you're a decent look, but the only thing you're good at is making videos of you giving blowjobs. As an actress, you are terrible. You are the definition of wooden acting. You have no emotion or range at all. There's literally one scene when she's about to be killed, and she puts no effort into it. I was wanting for her to get shot just so her terrible acting can leave my brain forever. She is god awful. Stop putting this woman in movies. She is garbage. Put her in pornography where she'll excel. In mainstream movies, she sinks like a stone. Not only that, I would have taken certain elements of her character and I would have applied it to Yvonne Strahovski's character, who plays the mother of the kid in this movie, whose name I can't remember, and who plays the wife of our lead act of Quinn McKenna, the lead. I would have given Beckett's trait as a doctor to the Yvonne character, and I would have erased Casey Brackett from this movie entirely just because that she's that pointless and worthless. There's literally a scene where Brackett shoots herself in the foot. Need I say more as to how useless this woman is? Yvonne Strahovski, on the other hand, in the few scenes she was given to act, she was doing a good job. If you would have beefed up her role by giving the traits of Beckett to her and made it more of a family against the Predator, I would have been all for that. I would have liked it, I would have enjoyed it, and I would have made this movie much more breeze to watch. Another thing I don't like. Some of the characters in this movie are very forgettable. The character of Quinn McKenna. Boyd Holbrook does a good job. But his character is generic and bland, and he does nothing for me at all. The members of his squad, only 3 of them really stand out to me as being interesting. Those are the characters of Nebraska and the characters of Coyle and Baxley, played respectively by Trevante Rhodes, Keegan-Michael Kay, and Thomas Jane. Keegan-Michael Kay as Coyle is very, very funny. I like how he uses humor as a coping mechanism. Thomas Jane's character suffers from Tourette syndrome, and he just says some of the most off-the-wall funny shit. My favorite line... And together, Keegan, Kay, and Jane are, they have a nice little story of their own going in, how they're very close friends, and I like how their storyline ends in the third act. So, those 2 characters I like, and I like Nebraska also. I like how, Quinn and Nebraska have a developing friendship throughout the course of the movie, and I like his sacrifice at the end as well. So I thought Nebraska was a good character. The other 2 characters are named Nettles and someone else whose name skips my mind. They're okay. They're pretty much pointless. Take those 2 out of the movie and just focus on Nebraska, Coyle, and Baxley, and this movie would have been so much better because you would have had the mother in a more beefed up role. You already have the son. Now you have my 3 favorite commandos. Boom! This movie you would have cut off useless characters. And you would have had a more of a core ensemble. Not that hard. It's very easy. Another thing I don't like. You have Jake Busey in this movie playing Sean Keyes. His father, Gary Busey, played Peter Keyes in Predator 2, and you make no mention of the fact that Sean Keyes' dad, you don't even mention the fact that he's even the son of Peter Keyes. Why would you put a Keyes character in this movie, make no reference to the fact that his father fought a fucking predator at the end of Predator 2, so he has a base knowledge of it by extension of his family? You cast this guy in this movie and you connect him to the second movie, but you don't even make but you don't reference the connection. It's done as pure fan service. Why would you waste this? Why would you waste something like this? This could have been interesting. Instead of the boring human villain you have with Sterling K. Brown, I give Brown credit. At least it looked like he was having a good time. But I would have taken his character out complete. I would have kept his character in there, but I would have made Jake Busey more of the human villain, someone who wants to finish his father's work. You did nothing at all. You completely waste the Sean Keyes character, and you completely ignored the fact that his father fought a predator because you make no reference to it whatsoever. That is an automatic fail. Movie, you suck for doing that. Now let's get to the story of this movie has an intriguing concept, but the execution is garbage. The idea of having two different races of predators goes back to the third Predator movie. Okay, I like it. We're tying that in now. But what you did is stupid. So, Super Predator hunting down Classic Predator. Classic Predator crash lands on Earth. He has this thing called a Predator Killer suit. He's going to give it to the humans so that he can help face off a greater threat. Okay, let's do this. What happens? No. Classic Predator goes to Earth. He starts killing people. This movie forgets the fact that predators can communicate. The Predator is on Earth for a reason. It's to give a weapon to the humans, and you completely ignore that fact. What is wrong with you? Not only that, we say at the third act that predators have form of communication, and we already know that predators can communicate, and you don't have the classic predator communicate at all. Why? What should have happened was this: Classic Predator lands on Earth, tells the humans of an impending threat. Quinn comes into the mix. Third act is where the Classic Predator gives Boyd the Predator Killer suit. They work together to try and take out the Super Predator. Not that hard, extremely fucking easy. So what did you do? You reveal the Classic Predator suit with 3 minutes left of screen time, and you do it as a sequel stinger. Feral. No, there's more to talk about with this movie, but those are just my positives and my negatives. And as you can tell, this movie angers me because it had the potential to be really, really good. Instead, it's just mediocre and forgettable, which is why I'm giving this movie a 6.5 out of 10. That's it. I am done. If you like this movie, let me know down below. If you hate it, let me know down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.